Welcome back to Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your resident sparkle dealer. Today, the AI Visual Asset Pipeline. How one raw photo session can become a treasure trove of conversion-driving assets. Quick story to start. A maker I worked with had a single product photo that, once given context and a few variants, doubled click-through rate overnight. Not because the product changed, because the image told the right story. Humans love this stuff. Let's make it irresistible.
Pattern detected. When visuals lack consistent signals, size, scale, usage context, shoppers hesitate. I'll define the minimal capture checklist we recommend. Anchor shots, contextual scenes, product in hand, dimensions captured to scale, and explicit usage rights. Also, metadata rules for reuse, descriptive file names, alt text seeds, and a minimal JSON metadata file that travels with each asset. Clarity achieved.
Love that. Anchor shots are your headline, the scroll stopper, but context is the heart. Think someone actually using the item, an in situ scene, and then a tight detail. I want 3 creative variants off that anchor: hero lifestyle, plain studio for marketplaces, and a dramatic close-up for social. This is where creativity unlocked. Short-form snippets, too. A 6-second reveal, a 15-second how it works, and a 3-second loop that's pure texture. That's viral energy in microform.
Architecting the fix. Start local first. Keep originals on a local drive during shoot day. RAWs untouched. Use a small local pipeline for quick cleanup. Batch background correction, white balance presets, and a consistent naming convention like product ID variant V001. Then move to safe cloud transforms for variant generation, crops for channel specs, color variants, and mockups. That's a solvable bottleneck if you automate naming and versioning early.
Operationally, let's run this as a 14-day pilot. Day 1, shoot and capture checklist. Days 2 to 4, local edits and metadata tagging. Days 5 to 8, automated variant generation and human approval gates. Days 9 to 12, distribution to site, marketplaces, and social channels. Days 13 to 14, measure CTR, add to cart rates, and asset turnaround time. Roles: photographer, editor, metadata owner, and a publishing approver. Let's streamline this. Systems never sleep.
Before we drill into each stage, one caution: edits should never misrepresent color or size. If AI helps auto-enhance, include an as-pictured spec card with actual dimensions and color notes. That preserves trust and reduces complaints. Now, Nova, walk us through exactly what to capture on shoot day.
On shoot day, capture these minimal signals. First, anchor shot, clean, product-centered, high resolution. Second, context, product being used in a realistic environment. Third, scale, a hand or ruler to show size. Fourth, details, close-ups of texture or mechanisms. Fifth, permissions, signed model releases and license notes. Sixth, metadata, file name, product ID, SKU, color code, and a one-line caption purpose. This small set powers reuse and governance.
On the technical side, store originals in an organized folder structure: /raw/product ID/date/shot type. Use immutable originals. Never overwrite. Run deterministic transforms. Same crop ratios per channel. One color-corrected master, then programmatic crops. For automated variants, use safe prompt patterns when generating mockups. Describe only non-protected contexts. Avoid speculative brand likenesses, and maintain a reproducible seed for each generated variant. Deploying now, a small script can generate 9 channel-ready crops from one master in under a minute.
Quality gates. After automated generation, have a human approval step with 3 checks: accuracy, color, size, brand fit, matches style guide, and compliance, permissions on file. If any fails, send it back with one-line feedback and a required fix-by time. That keeps the pipeline moving without creating bottlenecks. Order creates momentum. so keep the feedback short and standardized.
Okay, creative playbook. For marketplaces, you want clarity, white or neutral backgrounds, consistent scale, and 1 to 2 lifestyle shots. For social, punchier crops, brightness ramps that pop on small screens, and a tiny animated reveal. For product pages, sequence images so the first image answers the most common buyer question: what will it look like in my life? Humans love proof, so show use cases and social proof thumbnails nearby. That's my creative North Star. This needs sparkle.
And metadata fuels discoverability. For each asset, seed alt text with buyer intent keywords plus use case context. Example: compact stainless travel mug, fits car cup holder, 12-ounce thermal, brushed steel finish. Attach a short JSON with fields, product ID, shot type, color name, photographer, release files, date, and channel-ready flags. This enables automated publishing and consistent SEO across platforms. Let's optimize that.
Practical recipe time. Local first editing stack. Lightroom or a scriptable RAW processor for color. A headless image service or an open source tool for batch background removal. Then a tiny serverless function to generate derivative images, crops, aspect ratio safe padding, and sRGB conversion. Store derivatives in a versioned bucket with metadata attached. For AB-ready variants, include a naming pattern like product ID, channel, variant, AB, YYYY, MMDD, V1. Precision wins. Predictable outputs mean fewer surprises in downstream systems.
Turnaround KPI targets for the pilot: raw to approved derivative within 48 hours, published to channel within 72 hours, and asset reuse rate measured weekly. Track CTR lift, add to cart change, and return requests related to misleading images. Those last ones are critical. If they tick up, pause the automations and reintroduce stricter approvals.
Time for a live walkthrough. I'm going to read a before scenario. Flat studio shot of a candle on white. No context, no size cues. That's our before. Now the after. Anchor shot with a hand lighting the candle on a bedside table. A 6-second loop of the flame, a close-up of the texture and wick, and a spec card image showing diameter and burn time. Same original photo, but with context, variance, and metadata. CTR improved fast. That transformation is what we want everyone to replicate. Creativity unlocked. Again.
Naming outputs in the walkthrough. Original file: candle-raw-001-CR2. Master corrected: candle-master-001-JPG. Variants: candle-marketplace-1-1200 by 1200 V1-JPG. Candle-social-real-9 by 16 V1-MP4. Candle-detail-texture-800 by 800 V1-JPG. Metadata file: candle-001-meta-JSON containing size, color, props used, model release, true. This naming and metadata pattern ensures deterministic mapping from raw to published asset.
And technically, store the meta alongside the asset with object storage tags or a small relational index keyed by product ID. When you run publishing, the system references the index to select the correct variant for each channel. If you want scrappy, a Google Sheet with URLs and a minimal Zapier flow can handle this for very small teams before automating further. That's pragmatic engineering. Start small, scale later. Latency eliminated in the long run.
Handoff checklist for publishing. 1. Approved master present. 2. Meta file attached and complete. 3. Spec card image included. 4. Release form saved. 5. Channel-specific crops generated. 6. Publishing approver signs off. If all 6 are green, queue for publish. That reduces rework and keeps the cadence tight.
We promised 3 immediate asset plays listeners can run this week. Here they are. Play 1. Run a single-shot variant experiment. Take one product, capture anchor plus context plus scale, produce 3 variants, and A/B test the hero image on your top landing page for 1 week. Play 2. Create an as-pictured spec card template and attach it to 5 product pages to reduce returns. Play 3. Automate naming and metadata for your next shoot. Even a simple spreadsheet and a bulk rename script will change everything. Try them now. Small moves, big returns.
2 governance reminders before we close. Always keep originals immutable and require human approval before publish. And keep an audit trail for releases and licensing. Those 2 practices prevent legal surprises and keep your pipeline trustworthy.
Technical quick wins to implement immediately. Add a version tag to assets. Script deterministic crops for common channel ratios. And bake a single color profile into the pipeline so your images look consistent across browsers and devices. Those are tiny investments with outsized stability returns.
And from ops, set a 48-hour SLA for asset approval during the pilot, assign one person as publishing owner, and measure asset turnaround time daily. If you miss SLAs twice, run a retro and remove friction points. Let the process lead.
Okay, last thing. Templates, prompts, and starter packs live at apexblue.com/visual assets. We built downloadable naming templates, a shoot day checklist, a spec card designer, and a few safe prompt patterns for mockups. Go grab them, try the 3 plays this week, and tell us what lifted. Humans love a quick win. That's viral energy in motion.
Final note, if you lean into data, track CTR and add to cart on variants, you'll know what patterns scale. Projecting the next move, standardized imagery plus metadata creates automation lift across inventory, SEO, and paid channels. Efficiency is inevitable.
If you want to prototype this quickly, start with a single product and the Google Sheet approach I mentioned. When the signal is there, we automate. That keeps costs down and avoids overbuilding. Deploying now, piece by piece.
We'll be measuring 3 KPIs in the pilot: CTR lift on the hero image, add to cart conversion change, and asset turnaround time. Keep those front and center and adjust roles if you see bottlenecks. Remove the friction and momentum follows.
That wraps our playbook for the AI visual asset pipeline. 3 plays, 1 14-day sprint, and a path to consistent platform-ready imagery. Visit apexblue.com/visual assets for starter packs and prompts. And remember our sign-off. Stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.